G'day guys, it's Adrian here from Extac. If you like swords, stay tuned. This video is definitely for you. Let's check them out. All right guys, so in front of me I have a few of our most popular swords that we stock here. Maybe let's start it off with the Gladiator Sword. So this is the Rosewood Damascus Gladiator Sword that we sell here. And I have to say straight off the bat, this is a very, very beautiful sword. Now what comes with this sword, before I show you the blade, is a beautiful leather sheath. Now, there's been a lot of attention to detail. All the stitching's really nice. All the finishing has been done really well. And also comes with this great belt loop. So if you did want to use this in reenacting, LARPing, things like that, you can actually, wear this piece. All right, guys, so this is a Gladius Sword. Now, what makes this a Gladius Sword is, first and foremost, its short size and the fact that it is double-edged. And this was very popular in ancient times. Now, this particular model that we have features a 20.5-inch blade, and the steel that they've used is a beautiful laddered Damascus. I'll try and get in there and just give you a little bit of a look. It might be hard to pick up on the camera, but you can basically see as the patterning runs down the blade, it's basically just in steps. So that's why it gives it that sort of laddered finish. The blade itself is very sharp. Now guys, even though these are what they classed as functional weapons, we like to look at these more for serious collectors. So anyone looking for real deal live blade pieces for their collection, there's definitely great options for you with these swords. Another really nice feature of this sword that I like is the attention to detail that they've made in the handle. Now you can see all this file work that they've put on these collars. It does give it a really nice finish. Just adds a little bit of class to the overall look. If you were going to wield this, it does provide quite a secure grip just with these grooves here. Just a really nice rosewood that they've used to finish the handle off in. Now when it comes to swords, it's the blade that shines. And I think what I like about this sword is overall, the fit and finish, the quality, the attention to detail makes for a very beautiful piece. All right, so now let's take a look at a Japanese style sword. This is the Honshu Boshin double-edged ninja sword. It is a little bit longer than the Gladius machete. The blade is just over 30 inches, so quite a long piece of kit, this one. You might notice that the double edge actually starts almost halfway down on the blade for the top portion. So that whole tip there is extremely sharp. And very, very pointy. The steel they use on this is 1065 carbon. Now, as far as swords go, you will find most swords will use a carbon steel. Reason is carbon steel is a lot tougher and it is a little bit more forgiving than stainless when you're talking about impact, chipping, all those sort of issues. So now this does feature a full tang design. Even though the tang doesn't terminate all the way at the bottom, it is pinned pretty much towards the bottom. Another great feature of this sword is the fact that it does have a really nice pommel. Just adds a little bit of class, a really nice detail for finishing off that handle. All right, guys, so again, this sword is very functional. I think what I like about it the most is its overall design as well. This thing is beautiful. I do think the black and silver contrast do give it a very nice classy look. So the next sword we're gonna take a look at, again, is a little bit more of a Japanese themed sword. This one's from Condor. Now, Condor are a company from El Salvador that are very famous in making very, very high quality machetes. So they did start to foray into sword making, and this is their homage to the Japanese style Wakizashi sword. So it does feature a 20-inch blade with a nice black coating on it. The steel that they used is 1075 carbon steel, and as you can see, it is actually full tang. So as far as a sword for sword's sake, this is very, very strong. As you can see, the steel runs all the way through the handle. They've used a canvas style micarta for the grip. Canvas micarta really helps with grip. So any sort of sweaty hands, wet hands, as soon as you grab onto this material, it does tend to soak up and feel quite dry to the touch. You do have a very sturdy tsuba, or guard as they call it. This also features what they call a bohi. Now, what a bohi is basically this groove. Now, a lot of people think this is called a blood groove. What purpose the bohi serves is it takes weight out of the blade. Yeah, we also appreciate the aesthetic value that it adds. The Tactana comes with a really nice leather style sheath. Like the Boshin, it does feature that traditional lashing point for the belt, if you did want to carry it like that. Final thoughts on the Tactana. Being that it is from Condor, anyone looking at doing some heavy duty chopping in and around the camp, yeah, this is definitely a good option and a bit of a theme as far as sword if you did want to sort of start cutting and using it. So yeah, a really practical tool, also good for collections. All right, now I'm going to get into something a little bit different, guys. This is the Honshu war sword from United Cutlery. Now, as you can see, it's completely different in looks to all the previous swords that I've shown you. I think it looks awesome. So let's get out of the sheath and have a little look-see. All right, guys, so here's the war sword in all its glory. I do believe it is running a 1065 carbon steel. It is full tang through most of the handle. As you can see, it is secured by this bolt down here. Overall blade length is just over 21 inches. So quite a short style sword. If you go down the blade, you can see it does have a nice black painted on coating. Just a bit of a low profile style guard, but yeah, just really ergonomic. I do like how it has this bit of a curvature. So it doesn't really matter where you grab this sword, in the back or right up at the collar. It does feel very forward heavy and does lend itself to chopping. So again, guys, like the Tactana sword, if you did want to use this in and around the camp, yeah, definitely a good option for, or definitely a good themed option for chopping your wood. Now this one comes with a very minimalistic style leather sheath. It fits in really nice and again, I think adds good looks to the overall sword. All right, so now on to the last one. Now this is another very popular sword that we have here. This is the Honshu Tactical Wakizashi. Tac Wak, as some people call it, is made by United Cutlery. 315 years. And the Tac Wak used to be made by a company called Hanway. There was a big story about the factory burning down. You couldn't get this sword for a long time, and then United Cutlery all of a sudden popped up with it. So it's good to see it back on the market. Okay, so as you can see, guys, this is a very traditional style Wakizashi for a number of reasons. It does have a traditional bamboo style saya. The paint job on it is very nice, and as far as the sort of flecked paint finish, it is almost Japanese correct. It does have quite a lot of paracord on it. Now, being this is a bit more of a modern take, I think they decided to put a paracord on it, just being the paracord's so handy, you never know when you need it, and yeah, this is no exception. So the blade length on the Tac Wak is just under 20 inches. It does feature a 1065 carbon steel, which is extremely tough and durable. Another great feature of this sword is the fact that it is true full tang. And as far as from a collector's standpoint, guys, this is a very desirable sword. If you want to add one of these awesome pieces of kit to your collection, you can click the link in the description below, or you can go to www.extac.com.au.